Uh, Good evening once again. Today is our day 15 of this capacity building training for 1,000 Nigerian civil servants on ICT, which is organized by Hammad Technologies and Consultancy Limited. As we said earlier, this training is going to last for about 40 days, and today is our day 15. So, like always, we start by showing our outlines. That is what we are going to cover for today. And our outlines for today goes like this. A recap on day 13. Yeah, day 13 instead of day 14 because day 14 is your individual assignment. Then we'll practice text customization using the shortcut keys we have discussed on day 13. But we'll discuss on from Control A to Control M. Then tomorrow we'll continue and finish the rest. Then we'll have a question and answer session. Then we'll move to conclusion and finally call it a day. So a recap on the 12th. Sorry, instead of the 13, I put the 12th. It's just we discuss on shortcut keys from A to Z, and we have also explained them one by one. So this is all what we have done. We have explained all the shortcut keys from Control A to Control Z. We have we have talked about those that will, when you press them, they will display dialog box and some that will not display dialog box. And also we have discussed on some that you need to highlight text or you need to highlight text before you can apply them. And there are some that you don't need to highlight text before you can apply them. So if we move to text customization using them today, you will see those that will pop up or those that will display a dialog box and those that you need to highlight a text before you can apply them and those that no need for you to highlight text before you can apply them. So let's move to our today's agenda, which is shortcut keys from Control A to Control M. We are going to do a text customization using all these shortcut keys. So let me start showing. Let me share my screen again, please. So please, can you all see my screen? Please, if you can see my screen, let me know so that we can start. Please, can you all see my screen? Okay. Okay, so let's start. So this is, as you can see, this is an uncustomized project. I just draft a project, just a random topic, and draft a project from chapter 1 to chapter 5. It's a short project. So we are going to customize it using all the shortcut keys we have discussed on the 13. So this we'll apply them to customize this project. So let's start with Control A. So as we said, Control A is select all or highlight all. So for example, now you want to select all this project. As you can see by default, the font style is Calibri. So let's take, for example, now we want to change the font style. And you know, if you're writing a project, your font style has to be the same from chapter 1 to chapter 5. So for us to do that, instead of us to be highlighting here, then come to the font and choose the font we want, no, it will waste our time. So by just clicking on Control A, you see, it has highlighted all our project. So you see, now it has highlighted all our project from chapter 1 to chapter 5. So then we'll come to this font style and choose the font we want. So as you can see, by default is Calibri. So we'll just click on Times New Roman. So you see, now by default, it has changed to what? Times New Roman. So this is Control A. Then moving to Control B. So you know Control B, all your chapter 1, introduction, all this background of story, statement of problem, you know you have to bold them. So Control B is bold. So for us to apply Control B, we have to highlight. Let's take, for example, we are highlighting this. Then we'll press what? Control B. So you see, now the text is bold. Then we'll also come to this, Control B. You see? So now, what if I want to select multiple headers at the same time? So if I want to select multiple headers at the same time, what I will do, I will navigate my cursor to the starting. Then if I highlight this one first, right? So now, if I want to highlight the second one, I will uh, I will hold my control key. If I hold it, then I will highlight this. Then maybe I want to also bold this. I will hold my control, then highlight this instead of me to be doing it one by one. Then I will go again. I will hold my control and highlight this. This one too, I will hold my control and highlight this. I will hold my control and highlight this. You just be holding your control, then highlight this. So you see, now if I just click on Control B, all the headers I have highlighted now, they will turn to bold. So you see, now I have bold them. Instead of me to highlight this, press Control B, then highlight this also, press Control B. So this is how we will do for all our project. So if we say we are going to do that, we are going to exhaust our time. So this is how we apply Control B, which is bold. Then we also have Control C. Control C, which is copy. So maybe, for example, I want to copy this first paragraph. This is my first paragraph. So I will highlight it all. Then if you could press Control C, now you have copied it. By just copying on Control C, you have copied it. Instead of you to navigate to your clipboard and press this, so you can just hold your control and seal. So if we come tomorrow when we are practicing Control V, you will see how if you apply Control C and you can also apply Control B. As I said earlier, Control B, X, and paste, they always work together. So this is all about Control C. Then Control D. Control D, which is font style, right? So now, let's say, so now if you just click on Control D, right? Now, you come to this font. So maybe, let's say, for example, before we can apply this, let's highlight it all. So then we press Control D. So if you press Control D, it will ask us which type of font style we want. So you see, let's say Arial. Let's just give it Arial. Then it will ask us the font style. Is it italic? Is it regular? Is it italic? Is it bold? So maybe let's click on italic. Then maybe the size. So let's take, for example, let's say 12. So you see, from here now, using this Control D, you can customize your text without going to all these font font ribbons. So you see, you can also click on strike to maybe you want to strike through, you want to put source script. So you see, you want it to be in small caps, all hidden. So now, by just clicking on OK, so you see, now it has customized and turned our this to, and this is what the customization we give using Control D. So you see, so maybe, for example, now this is the only what we want to we want to customize. So we'll just press Control D. So you see, then maybe we can choose the, let's say, Arial black. This is Arial black. Then let's say it is already bold, so no need for us. Let's say we want to increase the let's say 20. No, 20 is too much. Let's say 18. So you see, now let's say font style bold. This one and this one is the same thing. So maybe the font color. Let's say we want to give it a font color. Let's say we want to give it this red font color. So you see, it will be showing you a sample. Maybe we want to underline it. So maybe this is the type of underline we want. Then we'll just click on what? Okay. So you see, now it has customized our chapter 1 introduction and background of the story. So this is all about Control D. It's just font style. Instead of you to navigate here, maybe you enter another menu bar. For example, maybe you are in this view menu bar. So maybe instead of you to come back to this home now and start using font ribbons for you to customize, you can just click on Control D. So you can just do all what you want to do and finish it. So this is all about Control D. Then let's talk on Control E. So control E, which is centralize. So now, you know, normally chapter one and introduction used to be in the center. So let's say, for example, we want to centralize this. So you just highlight them all, then press what? Control E. So you see, now you have centralized chapter one and and introduction. Then maybe this one too, chapter two and literature review. Maybe you can press Control E. So you see, you have highlighted, you have turned them to this. So even this one too, maybe you can even this chapter three by just pressing Control E. Now you have made them to be in Control E. As you know, by default, all our text is in left alignment. So by just clicking on Control E, highlighting it and press Control E, so you can just do that. So this Control E now. So you see, this is among the type of shortcut keys that even if you did not highlight your text, you can use it. You can just bring it anywhere in the text, either at the end of the text. Let's say at the end here, let's see. You see, either at the beginning, at the center. So you see, so this is among the type of shortcut keys that no need for you to even highlight your text. So you can just apply it directly. So this Control E, which is what? Centralize. Then Control F. So Control F is find or navigation. Let's say, for example, we want to find where our chapter 2 is. So by just clicking on Control F, so you see, now it has even started highlighting chapters. So now, let's say, for example, we want to find chapter 5. So we'll just click on chapter, you see, chapter 5. So you see now, it has carried us to what? To chapter 5. So you see, it will highlight it in, it will highlight it in yellow color. So maybe if you are, this is the chapter one. If to say it's a complete project, you know, complete project normally you see it up to 50 pages. So instead of you to just be scrolling up to chapter 5, you can just click Control F. So you see it will just carry you to chapter 5. Then maybe you want to navigate to chapter 4. So you see, so maybe you want to navigate to, then go back to chapter 1. So you see, so and it's not case sensitive. Whether you write it in a small case, upper case, it's not a case sensitive thing. So this is Control F. That's what that is fine. Some people you will not see their Control F as this. It will just pop up, or it will display a dialog box where you will write your what you want to find. So this Control F. Then we also have Control G, which is what? Go to. Maybe you want to go to a page 1, page 2, page 3. Maybe you want to go to line 1, line 2. Maybe you want to go to section 1, section 2, section 3. So you can just do that using your Control G. By just clicking on Control G, it will ask you, is it page you want to go? Is it section? You just put the number of the section. Is it line? Is it bookmark? Is it comment? You know, sometimes lecturers used to comment on our, so maybe you just want to go direct to where the lecturer comments, so you can just write it down. Is it footnote? So maybe it's page. Let's say, I think this project is up to like, is it 4 pages or 5? So let's say we want to go to page 3. So by just clicking on this page 3 and click go to, so you see, this is our page 3. Maybe page 5. So you see, that's our last page. So let's click page 9, although we don't have page 9. So you see, it will not carry us to anywhere. Then maybe we want to go back to page 1. So you see, then maybe section. Let's say section 2, section 1. So our project is not up to sections. That's why it did not carry us to anywhere. Then maybe line. Let's say, for example, line, let's say line 10. So you see, let's say line 20. Maybe let's say if we'll have line 50. So you see, this is what these are Control G. That's go to. It will carry you to maybe page, section, line, bookmark, comment, and footnote. So this is all about Control G, which is go to. Then Control H. Control H, which is what? Replace. So Control H work with Control F. You have, so you see, some people, if you, some, on some Microsoft Word, if you press Control F, this is what it will show you. This is find, this is replace, and this is go to. They work together. They merge them in one place. So now, this is Control H, right? Replace. So it will ask you, what are you looking for? Or what do you want to find? Then that thing that you are looking for, or that thing that you want to find, what did you want to replace it with? So now let's take, for example, chapter 1. I want to replace it with what? Let's say chapter chapter 1. So now if I click on this replace, it will replace only the highlighted one. Maybe I want to replace all. So maybe if I click on this replace now, so you see. So if, for example, now I have chapter 1, chapter 1, chapter 1, chapter 1, plenty on my document, but basically it will just replace now. It will be replacing them one by one. So you see, we are finished searching the document. So that's the only chapter 1 we have. So now, if you want to maybe be replacing it one by one, you just be clicking on this replace, 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 replace. Maybe there are some place that you don't want to replace the chapter 1 with something. So you just be clicking on this replace, replace. It will be replacing them one by one. Then this replace all. It will replace them all, not one by one. It will find all the chapter ones and replace. Let's take, for example, now, let's say the. Let's say we want to find the. That's THE. Then we want to replace it with, let's say that. So you see, now if you start clicking on, so you see, that the has turned to that. You see, that's another the. Let me move this. So you see, that's how it will. Or let's use is. Let's use is. Then let's replace it with as. So let's start from the beginning. So then replace. So you see, this is the first is. It will look for another is. Even if what you are looking for is inside word, or is inside a sentence. So you see, this is is inside distraction. So that's how you see. That's how it will continue. But if you say replace all, so you see, all done. We made what? 22 replacement. That means it has find 22 is and replace them with what? 22 as. So that's how this Control H works. You understand? Then maybe, for example, let's say you are looking for chapter, right? Then maybe you want to replace it, let's say, with chapters. So then let's click on this find next and see what you see. Find next. This is find next. It will be finding them one by one so that you will see where all your chapter are located. So you see. So that's the only, we have reached the end of the document. Do you want to continue searching from the beginning? If you like, then so just click on no. So this is how Control H works. It works with what? Find. You cannot just leave here empty and replace it with this. So you see, the replace all and find next button will not even pop, will not even bubble. So that's how Control H works. It works with Control F. So this is how Control H works. So then let's move to Control I. Control I. Control I is italicized. Control I. So maybe let's take, for example, we want to italicize this. Maybe we want to italicize is it. So that's italic. So by just clicking on Control I, so you see this one too. Maybe you want, as I said, if you want to highlight two or more headers, you could just highlight the first one, then come to the second one, hold your control, and then highlight. Then press Control I. Instead of you to navigate to home menu bar and start looking for italic ribbon and click it. So this is what Control I did. Then Control J, which is justify. Let's say, for example, we want to justify this. No, by default, it is a left alignment. So we want to justify it. So by just clicking on Control J. So you see, now the first you see, but before this first line, this second line is has passed this first line and this second line and this third from our first paragraph. So maybe we want to all this that is all this background or story, we want to justify it. So we just highlight and click Control J. So Control J, it will justify, it will align them in a according to our margin. You see, this is our margin left, and this is our margin right. So it will align them accordingly. That's what Control J did. Then Control K. So Control K, which is what? Insert hyperlink. So now Control K, maybe you want to insert a link to your document. So Control K is among the shortcut keys that will pop up or that will display a font, that will display a dialog box by clicking on Control K. So you see, now this is what it will display. Now maybe we want to put a link that will navigate us to a folder, right? For example. So now it will ask us look in. So what are we looking in? Where did we want to look this document? Maybe let's say desktop. Let's say this is our administration folder. So I put administration. So now by just clicking on OK. So you see, now this is the link. So now for you to click this link, that will carry you direct to that specific folder. Maybe you are working on something, you are working on a document. So maybe you want, if someone comes and start working on that document, maybe he has to look for maybe picture that you have saved on your folder to put it there. So you can just put the folder link. So by just holding control, you see, if I hold control now, this my cursor now will turn toward link cursor. I know they have taught you cursor since on day 2, is it, or day 1? This is normal cursor, which is text cursor, but by just holding my control, it will show what? It will show link cursor. Then if I click on this, so you see, it will show you that this hyperlink can be harmful to your computer. So to protect your computer, click only those hyperlink you have trusted. So you have trusted it, click on yes. So you see, now it will carry you to it will carry us to the folder. So this is what this hyperlink did, which is Control K. You see, this is existing web page, existing file or web page, because the file already exists. So this is what it did. Then you can also place in this document, maybe top of the document, is it headed? Let's say, for example, top of the document. Maybe we'll come here. We'll come in our chapter 5. Let's say this is our chapter 5. Then maybe you are working on this chapter 5 and you find it difficult to navigate to chapter 1. So you can just click Control K and place a link that if you click on that link, it will take you to the top of the document. So you see, hold your control and press what? And click. Sorry. Hold your control and so you see, now it has navigated us to what? To chapter 1. Those of you that are familiar with CSS, you know, if you know links, internal link, external link, email link. So this one is an internal link. So you see, now by just holding your control and click on this. Sorry, it is highlighting it all. Sorry, please. Let me just carry it down. So by just clicking on control and click, hold your control and press click, it will carry you to the top of the document. Then maybe, let's take, for example, now we want to so there is no bookmarks and there is no headings in our document. So it's only for header. Then maybe you want to create a new document. So you have to name that document. Let's take, for example, Hammad. This document, edit the new document now, edit the new document later. Maybe you want to edit it, not now, we want to edit it later. So you see, this is document now. So by just clicking on this, so you see, it has opened a new document. So maybe you want, if the user come, maybe you want him to draft something or to keep something for you. Or maybe you want him to draft something for you. So you can just create a link for him that if you just click on that link, it will just open a new file for him. Maybe you can just display all what you want to draft, all what you want to draft for you and leave it there. So this is about this, create a new, or if you want to edit it now, you can just click on editing. Then we have this email. So this email, maybe you have drafted a document, so you want to put for more information, you can visit this email. So you just click the email. Let's say for example, Aliyu Muhammad, or let's use Hammad. Let's say Hammad bootcamp at gmail.com. So you see, so by just clicking on this, now if I just click on this now, it will carry me to Hammad Technologies and Consultancy, Hammad Bootcamp. And this is email is way to send your assignment. Just remember, please, don't send it to Hammad Technologies. You have to send your assignment to this Hammad Bootcamp. So this is how you put a mail in your document. So by just clicking on this, hold your control and click. So if I click on this now, it will carry us to, but you can do it later. Then Control L. Now, Control L, which is left alignment. So for example, now this, our background of the study that we have justified. So later on, maybe we want to make it a left alignment. So you can just highlight it and press what? Control L. So you see, Control Z. Control L, right? So it's among the shortcut keys that no need for you to highlight. You just come to the first line of your paragraph. You see, Control L. You see, no need for you to highlight. Just come to the end. Oh, so now maybe you want to justify it. Control J. You see, anyway on your paragraph, Control L. So this Control L is you just turn your text to left alignment. Then Control M, which is the last shortcut key that we are going to discuss today, which is tab. As I said, it will just move your text to one step. Let's say, for example, this is our first paragraph. Then let's press Control M. So you see, so it will just move your paragraph to one space. You see, Control M, Control M. So you see, this is how Control M works. Instead of you to go and press tab, or instead of you maybe this, you have to press in space bar onto go. You see, space bar, space bar, space bar. Then come back here, space bar, space bar. So you see, it will not even work. So, but by just putting your cursor anywhere, you just press Control M. At anywhere, this type of shortcut key, no need for you to highlight the text. You can just put your text cursor anywhere and click and press and hold your control and left key, Control L. So you see, Control M is tab. So you see, it will just move in it. It will just move it one space. Then from there, you can choose, is it one step, two step, three step, Control M, Control M, you see? So that's how this Control M works. So this is all what we have for today. So please, if you have any question, you can drop it in the chat. We have less than 5 minutes, please. If you have any question, you can drop it in the chat. And hope all of you have seen your assignment, please. You have to submit your assignment via Hammad Bootcamp, not Hammad Technologies or 01. You have to submit your assignment at hammadbootcamp@gmail.com, please. So if you have any question, please, you can drop it in the chat. We have less than 5 minutes. Okay, let me check this. I have submitted via Hammad Tech. No, please always read the instruction, please. From the instruction, I said submit your assignment via Hammad Bootcamp, not Hammad Technologies. Please just resubmit it again. Because that our other email, all your assignment has almost full the email, please. Please always read the instruction, please. Read the instruction carefully before attempting the question, please. Because it is written there, submit your assignment via Hammad Bootcamp, not Hammad Technologies, please. So if you have any question, please, you can drop it in the chat. Any question, please? So I think if there is no any question, I think we can call it a day. We have less than 3 minutes. I miss week one assignment. So you miss week one assignment. I don't know what to do, please. You have just missed it. So you can just follow the upcoming assignments. But that week one assignment, you have just missed it. So why control L and M is different from other control? Why won't they be controlled? Why won't they be different? Even other controls, they are different from each other. I don't understand this, your question. Control L is left alignment. Control M is tab. So why are they different from other controls? So they are different from other controls because their function is not the same. They do not perform the same function, please. Please, if you have question, just drop it. We have less than 2 minutes. Okay. This one is other control. Yeah, maybe you missed the first lecture. I said there are some control shortcut keys that you have to highlight your text before you can apply them. And there are some shortcut keys that no need for you to highlight your text before you can apply them. There are some shortcut keys that will pop up or that will display a dialog box. And there are some shortcut keys that will not display that. You understand? So that's what how they work. Some you highlight, some you not highlight. There are some that if you do not highlight, no matter what you did, they will not work. But some, even if you did not highlight, they can work. So I think I've answered your question. Okay, thank you also. Thank you. Mhm. So I think for the absence of question, I think we can call it a day. So we'll see tomorrow, inshallah.